All right, without further ado, John Marino. Johnny.
John.
How are you,
Hey,
pal?
John.
What's going on?
How you been, John?
Doing all right. Not that much different from the last week when we hung out. But listen, I know you're a busy guy. For people who don't know you, why don't you tell everybody, like, actually what you do and what you're involved in and how you're here to help everybody?
Well, I guess it all started with Sagacious marketing, and I got involved with Staten business people. Went on Facebook one night and decided to look for my kids and see maybe if I could find out a little something about them. And saw a lot of adults on there, a lot of business people, and started a group called Staten Business People. Didn't even think of the name. Put it up there, and the next morning I woke up, there was 37 members.
Wow.
So I said, this ain't bad. So I continued to work the group a bit, and within a couple of months we had 1,600 members.
Really?
People started asking me to get together and network, and so we put the networking together. We started having an event every month, and now it's grown to a number of things. We have an education page where we have free seminars that are offered locally. We have another page in which we announce a lot of the events. But the key thing to the whole thing was that about two years ago this month, a friend of mine, Jim Haynes, who's the commander of United Staten Island Veterans Organization, asked me to put together a fundraiser with him for Brendan, Morocco.
Yes.
And that was a great experience. We actually had it at the Excelsior Grand. We got Matthew Modine to come and Tony Sirico. We had over 900 people at the event, and it was great. It's very patriotic. People loved it, and so we had another one last year, and we're having another one this year. Actually, it's this year would be it's Wednesday, April 18th. And it's, again, going to be at the Excelsior Grand. We're recognizing this year Project Homefront, which is a group on the island who's been collecting a lot of supplies that are hard to get for the servicemen and women overseas and shipping them out there. So the problem isn't getting people to donate the supplies. The problem is coming up with the money to ship the supplies there. So that's one of the reasons we selected them this year to have the event. And so we have a number of celebrities that we're hoping to get there. Some of them have confirmed, but as you know, when you have them come for free, something else comes along, they may not show. So we don't announce until a day or two before.
Speaking of celebrities, how did you and Johnny P meet?
Johnny P. How did we meet?
We were in Rikers Island together. We shared a bologna sandwich.
I was at an event and I seen some guy flirting with my wife, and I went over there. It was Johnny P. I don't know, how the hell did we meet?
I met you at one of the benefits that you did. I think it was for Brandon. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about his background?
Brendan, Morocco?
Yeah, Brendan.
Well,
Sorry, Brendan.
Yeah, Brendan is he was wounded in around Easter time. Probably about 4 years ago. He lost both arms, both legs. He's been through hell and back. We recently were involved, the UCVO was involved with the Frank Siller Foundation and also the Rolling Thunder, a gentleman by the name of John Ponte, who was really the GC for the whole job, and he put together a great house for Brendan.
Yep.
And so a lot of things have happened since then with building houses for these heroes. But the Staten Island people came together, raised a lot of money for the Morocco family, and Alex, his father, a great guy, really now wants to start a foundation. From what I understand, I don't know, how he's getting along with this. I shouldn't really probably put this out there, but he now is looking to put out and help people in the community as the people helped him.
Good.
Great.
Listen, that's how it works. I mean, that's how it should be. Everybody help each other, but unfortunately, it ain't like that all the time.
But recently, the only other thing I can tell you is recently Athena came down. Athena Jose, who you're going to have on in a few minutes. We all went down. I received a call about a week before the Super Bowl, and they asked us if we would put on a show with John Voight.
Was that wasn't at the...
I thought it was a joke. I thought it was you calling me.
My famous. That wasn't at the Walter Reed Medical Center, was it?
Yeah, so we went down to Walter Reed. Donna Maxon came along with us, and a few other folks. We had Scott Lebedo come down. He painted a flag, and
must have
we,
been a great
we
time.
donated that to Walter Reed Medical Center. It's the new medical center. They moved it from Washington, D.C. into the Baltimore area. It's a great place, but you know, it's a tough place to go to also. I mean, we did a lot. We enjoyed ourselves because we did a lot for the fellows and the women that were there.
You know what it is when you walk into a place like that, or like a cancer hospital or something, it really brings you down, like how lucky you got it. If you do got your health, you know, we all complain like we don't have this, we don't have that, you know, who's richer, who's poorer. But like without your health, you can't have nothing. You just, you know.
Well, you know, you until you go down there and you see these young kids in their early 20s, and not only young men, but women also. I mean, there was some beautiful woman there who had lost a leg, one that had lost a leg in Bosnia and also was blind, who was just a great person to sit and have conversation. And even though we watched the Super Bowl while we were there, after the entertainment was over, the Super Bowl really was secondary that day to me. You know, it was great that the Giants won, but just to sit with some of these kids and hear their stories and just hear, you know, how brave they really were when they needed to be. It was quite an experience. And not only Athena, but Donna and Ryan Berkowitz, who came down with us, they all reached out to me afterwards and said, you know, what else can we do for these folks, you know, because they were all touched. And John Voight was great. I mean, he was like our buddy down there. He, you know, he sat there from 12 in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night, signing autographs and talking to people.
That's cool.
And he was just one of the guys, and we loved working with him. And he asked us to come down again next year, so we'll be there.
Well,
Oh,
what
great.
about Donna Maxon? She must have been like the life
Oh,
of the party,
Donna
right?
loved it. Donna loved it. Everybody, even after everybody took their costumes off, because Athena was Lady Gaga. Donna, you know, still looks like Bette Midler, you know,
Yeah, she's a
with her
Bette
red
Midler
hair, and
singer.
everybody.
It's great.
See?
Probably more than anybody else, everybody wanted to take a picture with Donna.
Good.
She did well.
Listen, there's a rumor going on about you.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I'm only teasing. Listen, but there is a rumor. The Democratic Party is honoring you. Why don't you tell me about that?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Not everybody's a Democrat, you know.
How many Democrats we have? All right, half of them don't even know what the word means. How many Republicans do you have? Any Republicans?
Wow, they're just.
All right.
Well, I guess my wife and I are considered Democrats, you know, so good or bad, you know,
Yeah.
we like doing for people, because people do for us. And, you know, the Democrats, I guess, next Thursday night, on the 29th of March, are going to be honoring me for all the work that I do for the disabled vets.
Beautiful.
And,
Very
I'm
nice.
going to be honored with the state attorney general and the borough president of Manhattan. So when I called, I said, "Well, hey, that's not too bad being honored with those guys."
That's it,
So,
right?
Of course, yeah. So, John, what kind of events do you have coming up in the next month or so?
Comedy festival, but the comedy festival will be April 15th to 22nd. And we got some really good comedians this year, better than we've had in the past, and we expect that to be
Yeah, it's going to
better.
be a good one. Show your support. But, John, that's your time. If anyone needs to get in touch with John, he has a Facebook. You can Google him. And let's give a late night goodbye.
Thank you.
Johnny, thank you.
Thanks, John.
All right. John Marino. But before we bring up our next guest, I'd like to say thank you to a couple of good friends of mine. Paulie at T-Shirt Express. He donated a box of Late Night with Johnny P shirts for my crew and my staff. And Ron Sr. from R&L Press, he gave us 2 gross of Late Night keychains, which everybody in the audience is going to get before they leave. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.